Brothers and sisters of our beloved nation, in recent days, the enemies of peace have multiplied their efforts, hiding in the shadows, plotting chaos, and setting ambushes upon our people. They believed our skies were blind. They believed our soil would shelter them. They were wrong. Today, I bring you the voice of the land, the roar of our skies, and the determination of our sons and daughters who refuse to let this nation kneel. More than 100 criminals were neutralized as they attempted to infiltrate our villages, spread fear, and attack our convoys. Their trucks filled with fuel, their motorcycles packed with explosives, their weapons ready to kill innocent people, all have been reduced to ashes. Our forces, by land and by air, struck with precision. Pickups burned where they tried to hide them. Columns of motorcycles were broken apart before they could cross our borders. Tricycles loaded with stolen goods were seized, destroyed, and the path cleared for our people to breathe again. I tell you this, every tree they thought would shelter them became their tomb. Every river they thought would deliver them became their trap. Every night they thought would protect them turned into their eternal darkness. They were struck while planting explosives on our roads. They were struck while gathering under trees. They were struck while running with their wounded. And they were struck even while sleeping under the open sky. The courage of our fighters, from the skies and from the ground, has been unmatched. Our special forces, our battalions, our aerial combatants, and our vigilant people have shown the world that this land is awake. This land refuses to die. Today our message is simple. Lay down your arms or face the full weight of our fury. No foreign force, no puppet, no mercenary will decide the destiny of this land. Only the people of this nation will. We are not fighting just to survive. We are fighting to be free, to build, to rise, and to honor the blood of our ancestors. To those who doubt us, look at what has been achieved. Over 100 enemies neutralized, their weapons, AK-47s, PKMs, DHKs, seized for the defense of the people. Large caches of fuel, explosives, and motorcycles destroyed before they could terrorize our cities. Convoys in columns, once marching with arrogance, now turned to ashes along the paths they thought were safe. And this is just the beginning. Our rivers will run free of fear, our roads will open to trade and hope, and our skies will remain watchful. We will rebuild every village they burned, we will restore every bridge they broke, and we will replant every field they poisoned. To our brave fighters, you are the sons of this soil, the shield of our mothers, the pride of our ancestors. To our people, your courage in the markets, in the farms, in the schools, standing firm despite hardship, gives meaning to every sacrifice we make. Today I call on every citizen, do not hide, do not fear, do not surrender your mind to despair. Join this march of liberation, inform our forces, protect your neighbor, raise your children in dignity, and never bow your head to the forces of chaos. The world is watching, and they ask, will this land rise again? My answer is this land has never fallen, it was only betrayed. And now it stands, armed with truth, with courage, and with the fire of a people who will never kneel again. This is our era, this is our struggle, this is our victory in motion. Long live the spirit of resistance, long live the unity of our people, and may every inch of this soil echo with one promise, never again shall it kneel to oppression. In a series of decisive operations carried out today, the armed forces have dealt an unprecedented blow to the enemy. Over 100 armed terrorists have been neutralized, leaving behind a trail of destruction that dismantled their capacity to wage war. Enemy convoys loaded with fuel, explosives, and weapons were intercepted and struck with precision-guided missiles. Entire columns of motorcycles and pickup trucks were obliterated before they could escape. Among the spoils of war, over 100 weapons, including AK-47s, PKM machine guns, and DHK heavy weapons were recovered. Large quantities of ammunition, war logistics, and fuel drums were seized or destroyed to prevent any possibility of regrouping. This massive blow has crippled their operations and sent a resounding message across the region. There will be no safe haven for those who choose the path of terror. The destruction of their logistics not only weakens their ability to attack convoys and civilian settlements, but it also cuts off their lifeline. Fuel reserves were turned to smoke, motorcycles turned to ashes, and their supply lines, once used to terrorize innocent people, are now charred remnants of defeat. This is not merely a military success, it is a turning point in the war for liberation. The massive losses inflicted today have shaken the enemy's morale and exposed the futility of their cause. Today, our armed forces achieved unparalleled operational success, demonstrating coordination, precision, and an unbreakable resolve. Across multiple regions, every unit from aerial combatants to ground troops executed maneuvers with meticulous planning and remarkable discipline. Terrorist convoys, thought to be invulnerable, were intercepted and dismantled before they could carry out attacks. Their vehicles, motorcycles, and logistical supplies were destroyed, leaving them stranded and disorganized. Ambushes were set in forests, along riverbanks, and in previously hidden enemy positions. Each strike was calculated, with air and ground units working in perfect harmony. When enemies attempted to escape, aerial surveillance tracked their movements, guiding ground troops to intercept and neutralize them. Their attempts to camouflage themselves beneath trees or inside abandoned structures proved futile, as precision strikes ensured no hiding place was safe. Every operation was aimed not just at eliminating enemy combatants, but also at removing the infrastructure of terror. Pickups transporting explosives and fuel were destroyed, tricycles carrying war materials were intercepted, and stockpiles of weapons were seized. By systematically cutting off their supply chains, our forces prevented the enemy from regrouping or launching further attacks. This operational efficiency demonstrated the power of unity between the skies and the ground, leaving the terrorists disoriented and severely weakened. The coordination between special forces, BI units, and aerial vectors has set a new standard for military operations. Today, the enemy could not hide in forests, cross rivers, or flee to remote hamlets without being detected and engaged. The success of these operations has not only inflicted massive losses, but has also sent a clear message. Burkina Faso will not tolerate insurgency or chaos on its soil. Beyond military achievements, these operations have protected countless civilians and liberated areas previously under threat. Schools can reopen, markets can function safely, and farmers can return to their fields. By reclaiming strategic locations and securing critical routes, the armed forces have ensured that the enemy's reach is curtailed and the people can live without fear. Today's operational success proves that when strategy, intelligence, and courage unite, no force can stand against a nation committed to its sovereignty. It is a resounding testament to the skill, dedication, and bravery of those defending our land. Today, the message from our armed forces is clear and uncompromising. Lay down your arms or face total destruction. There will be no negotiation with those who seek to terrorize our people, no compromise with those who invade our villages, and no mercy for those who attempt to destabilize the sovereignty of our nation. This is a land that will no longer kneel to fear, and our enemies are now confronted with a choice: surrender or perish. Those who thought they could exploit our forests, rivers, and roads for their terror campaigns were gravely mistaken. Every convoy carrying fuel, explosives, or weapons has been intercepted. Every ambush they planned has been thwarted, and every hideout has been exposed. The precision of our airstrikes and the coordination of our ground forces leave no room for escape. Terrorists who once moved freely now find themselves tracked at every step, their supply lines severed, and their ability to regroup shattered. Our zero-tolerance stance is not born of cruelty, but of necessity. It is a defense of life, liberty, and the future of our children. The message to anyone who threatens our homeland is simple: your choices end here. No tree, no abandoned building, no riverbank will shelter you. Every attempt to strike civilians, destroy infrastructure, or spread fear will be met with overwhelming force. Today, our fighters have struck with such precision that entire enemy convoys, motorcycles, and weapons caches have been neutralized, ensuring that no remnants remain to threaten our communities. This zero-tolerance policy extends beyond the battlefield. Citizens are encouraged to remain vigilant, report suspicious activities, and support the efforts of the armed forces. Every piece of intelligence, every act of cooperation contributes to the swift elimination of threats and ensures the safety of the people. Today, this message also serves as a warning to external actors who support terrorism through funding, arms, or logistics. Burkina Faso's land is not for sale. Its people will not be exploited. The sovereignty of this nation will be defended with unyielding resolve, and any foreign entity seeking to undermine it will face the consequences. Our resolve is absolute. Our enemies have been given every opportunity to surrender. Those who refuse are now paying the price. Today, Burkina Faso demonstrates that terror will meet resistance, aggression will meet retaliation, and any violation of our land will be met with the full force of justice and courage. Today, more than ever, the strength of Burkina Faso lies not only in its armed forces, but in the unwavering unity of its people. This nation has survived countless attempts to divide it, through fear, manipulation, and violence. But today, our people have shown that when citizens and soldiers stand together, no force on earth can break their resolve. Unity is our shield, courage is our sword, and together we are unstoppable. To every farmer returning to their fields, every teacher reopening a classroom, every mother raising her children with pride, and every youth ready to serve their nation, your role is as critical as any soldier on the front lines. The enemy's strategy relies on sowing fear and mistrust, turning neighbor against neighbor and weakening the bonds that make a nation strong. Today I call on every citizen to reject this division, to support one another, and to participate in the collective defense of our land. Our unity has already proven decisive in the fight against terrorism. Villagers provided intelligence about enemy movements, civilians safeguarded supplies, and local communities offered refuge to those fleeing violence. Unity is also a moral force. It gives courage to our soldiers and confidence to our people. It ensures that the terror inflicted by criminals and foreign agents cannot break the spirit of the nation. Today, when our aerial and ground forces strike with precision, they do so not just with weapons, but with the support of a united populace. This coordination between civilians and the military is what has turned the tide of battle, making victory inevitable. I call on every citizen to take part in this national effort. Safeguard your communities, educate your children in the values of patriotism and courage, and assist our forces wherever possible. When we are united, the enemy has nowhere to hide. Their attempts to infiltrate, manipulate, or divide us will fail. Today, the message is clear. Our unity is our strength, our solidarity is our shield, and together we will reclaim every inch of our land from those who seek to destroy it. No one can stand against a people who refuse to be divided, and no power can overcome a nation that stands as one. Today I speak to you not only as a commander, but as a fellow citizen whose heart beats for the future of this land. The fight we wage is not only to defeat our enemies, but to rebuild, restore, and renew every corner of our nation that has been scarred by violence and terror. Our mission is not just military, it is a pledge to the people that peace, prosperity, and dignity will return to every home, every village, and every city. Our armed forces have cleared rivers, roads, and forests of insurgents. Entire regions that were once controlled by criminals have been liberated. Today, schools can reopen, markets can operate safely, and farmers can return to their fields without fear of attack. Bridges that were destroyed, roads that were mined, and communities abandoned due to insecurity will be restored with urgency and care. Every act of destruction inflicted by the enemy will be met with construction, growth, and hope. In addition to physical reconstruction, we are committed to restoring confidence in governance, security, and civil life. Local authorities, supported by our military and volunteers, will work tirelessly to provide essential services, rebuild trust, and ensure that every citizen can live with dignity. Today, our children can imagine a future where education is uninterrupted, health services are accessible, and the normal rhythms of life are no longer dictated by fear. We will also reclaim the resources stolen by criminals and foreign exploiters. Weapons, vehicles, fuel, and other logistics captured in recent operations will be used to strengthen our communities, protect our people, and prevent the resurgence of terror. This is a restoration of sovereignty, of self-determination, and of control over our own destiny. But the success of restoration depends on unity. Every citizen has a role to play, repairing what has been broken, educating the next generation, cultivating the land, and supporting the vigilance of our defense forces. Restoration is not just the task of the military, it is the shared responsibility of every Burkinabe. Today, I promise that this land will rise from the ashes of destructions, stronger than ever before. Every village rebuilt, every road cleared, every school reopened is a testament to the resilience of our people. Our enemies may have caused pain, but they cannot extinguish hope. They may have attempted to destroy our future, but they cannot break our resolve. Burkina Faso will flourish again, our people will thrive, and this land will never kneel again.